All right, so you're thinking about moving to and relocating here to Grand Junction, Colorado, but you're looking to save a little bit of money. Well, in this video, we're going to show you 7 hacks on how to save a few bucks here when moving to Grand Junction. You're not going to want to miss it, so stay tuned. What's going on, everybody? This is Robert Hayes.
And I'm Christie Hayes.
And we are the Hayes Home Group right here in Grand Junction, Colorado. And if this is your first time to this channel, we are doing tons and tons of videos about everything working, living, playing here in Grand Junction. So make sure that you hit that subscribe button, tap that little bell, that way you're notified every time we post a new video. And if you're even thinking about moving here to Grand Junction, reach out, give us a phone call, shoot us a text, send us an email, whatever you need to do. We've got your back when moving here to Grand Junction. All right, so we are getting a ton of phone calls from people all over the country, Canada, Alaska, Florida, Texas, you name it. So this is something that we've become kind of experts at, getting advice from clients that we've helped move here, and it just saves you time, money, and pain. So let's get right into it. All right, the first thing I wanted to talk about, let's talk about furniture. Now, that's very important, obviously, when you're coming from another state, bringing your furniture here to Grand Junction, and there might be something that is a family heirloom, something from great-grandma, an armoire, something along those lines. But let's talk about that giant picture, dogs playing poker, maybe that couch from the 80s that you just really don't need to bring here. The reason that's important is what you have in your home now might not fit in the home that you're moving into. So what we can do is actually do a 3D scan of the new property, show you all the measurements, so that way before you move here you can maybe donate some of those furniture items that you really don't need to bring here, and that just saves you time and it also saves you money, because if you're moving here with a bunch of furniture that you don't need or it doesn't fit, then you're putting that into a storage facility when you get here, and we don't want to do that. Again, that doesn't save you any money. All right, well, that's a great transition into number 2, which is getting a moving company, which you are going to have to spend a little bit of money on. But the way that you can save on that is when you don't have all that unnecessary furniture, when the moving company comes to your property, like they did for us, they're going to do a kind of a survey of your existing home. And usually they price that based on square footage and larger ticket items that they're going to be moving. But they're going to be a little better at doing this as far as putting everything into a truck. It's kind of like a Tetris game for them. But if you're comfortable doing that on your own and you're okay with driving a giant moving van from another state, you can certainly save on money doing it that way. Or you can get one of those pods where they drop it off at your current residence where you're at now, and then they'll deliver it at a later time. So there's a few different ways that you can go as far as moving, but there's definitely some money saving tips on all 3 of those. All right, that leads us into number 3, which is boxes and packing supplies. So there's a great app that you can download on your phone called Nextdoor, and that's just a community of folks in your neighborhood that have already gone through this process, and they want to go ahead and eliminate all the empty boxes, wardrobe boxes that they currently have that they're looking to get rid of for free. So download that on your phone. It's a great saving tip. Now, when it comes to getting like that butcher paper, don't go to a Lowe's or a Home Depot. They're going to charge you an arm and a leg. You can get one of those giant rolls of butcher paper at a building supply company for like 20 or 30 bucks. So that'll take care of all your packing needs for a very reasonable cost. Or just hit that Facebook Marketplace icon on your Facebook account, and there's a ton of freebies that you can find on there. People that have recently moved, they've got a stack of boxes that they want to get rid of. Facebook Marketplace is another great avenue to take a look at to get some free stuff. All right, that takes us to number 4, appliances. What are you gonna do with that top-loading washer and dryer that you have now? Well, the great thing about a contract when you purchase a home is appliances are typically typically very negotiable. So for instance, Christie and I, when we moved, we had that top loading washer and dryer. Probably wasn't worth a whole lot. We were able to get the appliances included in our new home, one of those front loading washer and dryer Samsung $1,500 jobs. So it was definitely a nice upgrade for us. So get with us first. Let us know what your idea is for appliances, and on the new home, we'll make sure we negotiate those in for you. All right, so you're packed up and you're ready to go, but maybe your house isn't ready to go. What are you gonna do in the meantime? Well, we are having a ton of success, at least our clients, I should say, are having a ton of success with Airbnb. Typically, Airbnbs are gonna have a monthly rental charge right out of the gate, and they're very negotiable, but I can tell you probably, 90% of the clients that we have moving from out of state, and we can certainly do this too, where we work on a closing of your property where you're coming from, and you move right into the property when you move here to Grand Junction. A lot of times that's not what you want to do, and that's not the case. So reach out to Airbnb, go online. You can find some great short-term rentals that way, and I just think it works out really well. All right, number 6, when it comes to daycare and you've got the little ones, Christy and I don't have the little ones, we can certainly point you in the right direction. Daycare, make sure you get that squared away and solidified before you get here if you can. A lot of these daycare centers do have waiting lists, and it might be, you get here and then you reach out to one of these daycare providers and they're booked, they're full. So reach out again, go back to the Facebook groups here in Grand Junction. There's a ton of those, and also maybe some neighbors. If you do wait when you get here, you have some neighbor, moms and dads that'll give you some great advice on some daycare providers that they're using, but try to get that coordinated well before you get here. That way you're not stuck and paying more than what you probably should be. All right, number 7, the most important, last but not least, reach out to us, the Dream Team. We've done this a ton of times. We want to get to know you before you come out here and take a look at Grand Junction, which we absolutely recommend. You can certainly get into a home sight unseen, but we absolutely recommend getting on a Zoom call with you, or a FaceTime, or just a phone call, so we can understand what your lifestyle is, what areas of town are going to make the most sense for you based on your budget. Maybe we want to get you in front of one of our preferred lenders so we can figure out a price point, a monthly payment that's going to be comfortable for you. So make sure you reach out to us first. We can go over all those details with you and make sure that we save on money that way by figuring out what your lifestyle is, area of town, all the things that are important when moving out here to Grand Junction. So there you go, 7 money-saving tips. Also avoid some pain as well. Don't fight with your spouse. It's supposed to be a fun time when you're moving here to Grand Junction. But again, if this is your first time to this channel and you want to know everything about working, living, playing here in Grand Junction, we are doing a ton of videos. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, tap that little bell. That way you're notified every time we post a new video. And if you are thinking about moving here to Grand Junction, make sure that you reach out and give us a phone call, text message, email, whatever you need to do. We've got your back when moving to Grand Junction. Until the next video, we'll catch you later.
Bye.